Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I got Sharon Birkman Fink with me today, but I'm just going to call you Sharon going on.
That's great.
Yeah, glad to have you on the program. You wear a couple of hats. You've got a company called Birkman International, famous for the Birkman Method, which I'd actually heard of before, which is very cool. Yes. And you're also with an organization called the is it Women's Professional Organization?
Presidents
Organization. Thank you very much. If I read, it would be really easy, but I have to make it harder. Tell me a little bit about that. What kind of presidents are these?
Well, I'm the president and CEO since '02 of a company that was founded back in the early 50s by my father. Mm-hmm. Many people who are in a leadership role feel that it's extremely beneficial to have the support of other people that are in similar roles. So, the Women Presidents Organization, which is headquartered in New York, has chapters, groups all over the United States. They've been doing this for more than 20 years, and they're really business support groups for women leaders. The requirement is to join, you need to be heading up a company that's at least a minimum $2 million revenue per year. But we have members in certain groups that are well over, even up to $1 billion. Mm-hmm. What it does is it gives you an opportunity to get outside of your company and kick around issues with other people and find out how they're doing it in their companies, get best practices, ideas, and also just there's an extreme confidentiality code. So your group will probably range between 8 and 16 people. We have a chairman for each group. There's a Houston chapter with a wonderful leader named facilitator Becky Robbins, who is an expert in business but also a good group facilitator. Okay. And we meet once a month, and the women become like soul sisters, but they also there's a very practical emphasis, and that is how do we become better leaders of our organizations.
Cool, very cool. I like that. So, and it's an annual leadership. The position changes annually. You're the current president?
No, I'm just a member of, the women. Yes, yeah. I've been a member for the last 3 years of this. Prior to that, I was in another executive president's group for a similar objective called. It was called at that time Tech. It renamed itself Vistage in 2006. And it was a very good group. I still have friends from that group. But I think there were 12 men and me and one other woman president. What I think is helpful is that, being women in a leadership role and being moms and being grandmothers, we understand, there's a kind of a sisterhood that's very helpful for me, at least, in being in a women-only president's group.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to make sure we talk a little bit about what you do at Birkman International. Kind of give us that elevator
Sure,
speech.
Yeah. We have a personality assessment that encompasses, it's used, the three top applications for us are executive coaching, career transition, and career development or career direction, anything involving choosing your career. And also, how do you make teams work together more effectively? Mm-hmm. So coaching, team, and career are the top three applications. But it's a very robust personality assessment that's used primarily in the workplace. So in 2013, I worked with Stephanie Caparel from the Wall Street Journal. We did a book called The Birkman Method, Your Personality at Work, that was published by Josie Bass of Wiley Press.
Yeah, very good, very good. Tell me a little bit about, in terms of the Women's Presidents Organization, how many women members do you have in the Houston area?
In our group, we're now at I believe it's 15 currently. We just had a new member join, 15 or 16, but it's a nice number.
Yeah, that sounds like a very good working number there. And how many members does it have nationwide, do you know?
Ooh.
That's a good question, huh?
Thousands. Well, I'm not saying thousands. We have an annual conference, and it's been growing every single year. This past year, we met in New Orleans, and there were over 800 there. I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but I do think it ranks in the thousands. Yeah. But I don't work for them.
If you had 800 at that event, for probably every one, there's probably at least another 100 that didn't show up.
I think so, too, that couldn't make it for whatever reason.
You got to be really committed to do that kind of event.
Absolutely.
The further away you are from New Orleans, the more committed you are.
Exactly. So. And they are all over the United States and now internationally as well. Mm-hmm. Now, we have members, like I say, I don't work for them. I'm just here because I believe in what they do as a dues-paying member of the group. But like I say, I know that their headquarters is on the east side in New York, and they've now got members worldwide.
Mm-hmm. As far as your organization, I mean, your company goes, what is the size range of your clientele in terms of businesses that you typically work with? Is it pretty horizontal, or is it certain size?
Well, the biggest ones we work with are names you recognize, like Boeing, Walmart, Methodist Hospital, Anadarko. You know, these are huge entities. 90% of our work is corporate with companies of all sizes, and 10% is with faith-based and nonprofit and educational.
Very cool, very cool. Well, Sharon, I appreciate your time today. I do want to encourage the listener to learn more about what you're up to at Birkman. That's BIRKMAN.com. Birkman.com. How's technology and all the changes that are happening out there affecting your business?
Well, you know, because we're going on 64 years this year. As a company, we started off with paper and pencil. Now you can take the questionnaire on any mobile device. And, technology is our lifeblood because everything now is online and delivered digitally. So
cool.
It's pretty much everything to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Sharon, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
And the Women's Presidents Organization.com, or is it .org?
.com.
.com. Women's Presidents Organization. I want to say professional.
WPO.com.
I'm changing their name. Women. Yeah. Is it WPO.com as well?
Yes.
Very good. Make sure you check that out. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdatareview.com, and this is The Price of Business.